this. You're here for a reason. And if you don't do this, man, I ain't trying to hear all that. But if you tell me, look, this is what worked for me. Give me some options to resolve the conflict. Don't tell me what I need to do and then don't tell me how to do it. And if it's something that you've never been through, it's always easy to say, well, listening to you, this is probably how I would handle it. See, now I don't feel like you treat me like a child. Now I don't feel like you pointing your finger at me, because people have been pointing their fingers at me all my life. I've been in facilities pointing. They've been telling me I need to do this and that and this. So when you start saying you need to, I'm going to immediately shut down. I'm gonna put up a defense. Now, in saying that, this is where it comes. You're an organism. There are some people. That's why everybody is individual. There are some people that you can do that to, that are looking for instructions, that their ability to choose is not good, because they're saying every time I choose something that went wrong. You see what I'm saying? So you're not a cookie cutter. As long as organizations are organizations, organizations don't work, because organizations are rigid. They say A, B, C. But if I'm a D, I don't fit in what you're saying. And that means you're going to put me out. So I need to treat each individual accordingly. I need to treat each house accordingly. Because every house is not going to be the same. They might be on the same baseline, but you might have a calmer crew. You might have a wilder crew. You know what I'm saying? You might have a mixed crew. But they're all on the same baseline. And you want them to maintain active participation in whatever it is they're doing. It's almost like if they're going out to groups or things like that, we want to encourage them to participate in those things. Just don't go out. See, a lot of times we'll go and just sit. Most, and I guess you guys can attest to this. You can be on these groups and everything with all men, and every time they ask the question, it's totally silence. And then you have the same 3 or 4 men keep answering. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So let me give you some program features for Independent Living 2. And Independent Living 2 is a combination of all 3 tiers. They have already proven their ability to live independent. They have proven that they can sustain themselves. They have proven that wraparound services they have been participating in. And that now it can become a place, it can be optional if they need it or if they don't need it. We are expecting them to participate in their own recovery. We expect them to participate as one of the leading members in the house, in the program. Now we're giving them options to do certain things. They have an option to participate in mentorship, an option to participate in consulting. They have an option to participate in life coaching. Because what are we trying to give them? We're trying to give them back the freedom to choose. When I was out there on them streets, I lost the freedom to choose. I just thought I had to get up and get high. I just thought I had to rob, steal. I just thought. Because I had no other option to choose from. Let me put it like this. I forgot the options that I had to choose from because I understood those options before I got in the condition that I'm in. It gives me the opportunity now to give back, to work with some of the guys in Independent Living One, or even in Supportive Living One, if the houses are close together. It gives them a chance to say, look, this would work for me. Or it even gives them a chance to say this, man, Mr. Dalton, cool, man. I know sometime blah, 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 blah. Or Mr. Weatherspoon, I know sometime he do, but man, he cool. They only do that because they love us. They're the mediators, right? Which makes it easy. And then somewhere to tap in with the community. It could be in the church. There is something in the community that they can do that'll make them feel good about what they're doing. And it's optional if they want to do it. They have been doing it in Independent Living One. We give them the choice if you want to continue in 2. And our objectives in Independent Living 2 are basically the same. Maintain financial stability. Continue housing with no external support. To start advancing in their career, their business, or education, whatever pathway that they want to go. We want them to start demonstrating their leadership skills in the community. We're creating a community. We're creating a culture in the community that impacts not just the community that we're in, but actually the community that you're living in. One of the things that we always did, our guys got up 6, 7 in the morning before they went to breakfast. They swept the whole street. Listen. The neighborhood was like this. When we got done, the neighbor was up here. Listen, it was like clockwork. People would come past our house on Holly Street in springtime because they knew we were getting ready to do landscaping, flowers, and all that stuff. It was like clockwork. And the facility I graduated from, Jacob House, it was immaculate. One thing we did do was no hanging out on no front porch. There wasn't no hanging out. So one of the things we want to make sure that there is a backyard area that's kind of, sufficient. And then here go your other thing that you're going to have to think about. Is it going to be smoking or non-smoking? I just threw that out there.
Take care of that.
Yeah,
and that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I believe in that. The whole title about the independent.
Yeah.
But I think you made a brilliant point about part of the house rules.
Yeah.
For loitering, hanging out, socializing. Do all of that stuff on the back. Have a smoking area, what they call vegetarian common area, where they go and smoke and gather their butts, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it doesn't be trashy.
Yeah.
All of that ties right into their personal responsibility.
Yeah.
So I like that.
And we want to say these and what I always say, and you're going to see in my thing, I always say these are just some of the expectations I have of you guys, and that replaces the word house rules.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Got it.
And then also into helping to contribute to the transformation of other people, of other guys in the program. Through working with them, walking with them. Some of my older guys, would take some of the newer guys out, and they would walk them to the store, or they take them down to Hardee's and get them a burger and walk them back. And then they were creating a lifestyle that reflects, you can see, that person is his long-term, their goal is long-term recovery, deliverance, and being responsible. So those are your components of Independent Living 1 and 2. I sent this out before. This is something for you to look at too. Your business model. At some point, you're going to have to create this business model. At some point, you have to create a business plan. But we're going to give you the things that you need to do to create those things. You know, because when you talk about a business model, the value, you know, it's not transforming housing, not transitional housing. It's transformal housing. Transforming is not transitional. Customer segments. We're dealing with adults. We're dealing with men that has ABC. This is all in your business model. Channels. What are some of the channels? Direct outreach. How do people get to you? Through social media, through YouTube. We'll go more in depth on that. Customer relationships. When you say customer, who are the people that's going to have relationships with your people? What programs are going to have relationships with your people? This is your business model, right? That you're going to create. Revenue streams. What are going to be your revenue streams? Public funding, private pay, donations, training, consultant images, creating for-profit entities. What are key resources? Are you going to make sure your staff trained? CPR, first aid. Key activities. What are some of the activities that you're going to have in place? What are some of the social activities that you're going to have in place? Remember, it's real important. You can do an intake packet on everybody. What are going to be some of your key partners? Is it going to be city agencies, state agencies, faith-based organizations, healthcare agencies? Are you going to be doing workforce development with the unemployment office, you know, because they have programs? What's going to be your cost structure? Personal, housing, programming? Is everything going to be about grants or is going to be some self-pay involved? Because some come with, you know, attached to programs with self-pay, or so what are some of those? How are you going to structure that? What type of funding? How are you going to receive self-pay, grants, program provided, state agencies? That's all in your business model. And then, of course, inside that business model is your mission statement. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 things to create your business model. And a lot of you are already businessmen and understand about that business model. So you're just turning that in from your 4-tier program, then incorporating all those things in your business model. Now here's where the rubber getting ready to hit the road.
Did you email that already? Those items in the business model?
Yes.
Those 12 items you just mentioned?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If I didn't, I can resend it. But I want to believe I did. But if not, I'll resend it.
Yep, I don't have it.
Okay.
Those.
I'll resend it.
We can definitely get that teed up.
Okay. So here we go. Can y'all see my screen?
Yep.
This is your operational plan. Let me ask you a question. How many times people told you need to make a business model? A business plan.
Well, that's common.
You know, a lot of times people always do that business plan. How do I get the data and statistics for the business plan? How do I take that business plan and take it from what ifs, right? And from projections to actual hardcore data and statistics? Because knowing, and you guys been around a long time, anytime that business plan is full of projections and wishes, it's like you have no control over your business. Because if A don't happen, B don't happen, C don't happen, because you have no statistic or no data to back up what you're saying needs to be done. So what I've always told people, and your operational plan will get you your data and statistics to create your business plan. So the first thing that we're going to walk with, and I sent this over today, okay? The first, and you notice on here it says complete by. Complete by don't mean when you completed it. Complete by means, like today is 7/23, July 23rd. Okay, for section 1, for A, research and create a plan for purchasing, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to have that complete 8/1, August 1st. Your complete date is not the date you completed, it's your expectation date of when you're going to complete it. For instance, if you say August 6th, I'm just using that as an example, and you're working on A, come August 1st or August 3rd, I'm looking to see if I'm going to be completed by the 6th. Here's what you can't do. You can't change the date to push it out. You need to make the corrections to make it happen on the 6th. So this first one, increase capacity to provide housing for clients. This right here, I sent it over to you. You need to, whatever you want to keep in it, you keep in it, but you want to cater that to your operational plan. Where it says Exodus House, if you want to keep it the same, just put your information in opposed to ELC. If it's certain things you don't want to do, then you adjust it accordingly. This is your template. So the first thing we're going to work on, research and create a plan for purchasing, rehabbing houses to create independent living ownership opportunities. Research and create a plan for developing a temporary reentry housing facility and program. Don't get caught up on the words. You're going to reword it for your population. Investigate available funding opportunities. Pursue partnership with local organizations involved in housing or community economic development. You sent me over one address. Now that I understand that you guys want to be in Kinston, Goldsboro, or Greenville, one of the things that it's easy for me to find a house, but you have to ask yourself this: which is the best one for where you want to drop your first house that you can connect your people with resources? I know for Kinston it should be easy for y'all. And Apostle, I definitely would get with Apostle Cayenne with that, because all the resources he have, and they're always looking to house people, and so I'm just using him as a resource for that area. So even finding the houses, which is the best one that's going to create the best resources for your people, and it don't have to be a whole lot of resources. It could just be one agency. Because I'm going to make a couple of calls, because I have people in Goldsboro where I can find out for some properties, and in Kinston. And here you have to narrow down. No ifs, ands, or buts. I know you want to do veterans, but what veterans do you want to do? What does that characteristic look like? What is that Pacific? And you're not going to be perfect. But there are different levels to veterans based on wherever they was during their time in the service.
Right. And again, I think that the targeted, you've already hit on it, and I think you and I have talked to it, talked about it, talked around it, but I don't think it's a far-fetched thing. It's just to home right in there between the 1 and 2. And I think that the final decision to that's going to be the location.
Yeah.
And how that house, that facility, or whatever the case may be, complex is set up, and depending on how it's set up, because even in a worst case scenario, if the actual feeder into that is going to have a combination of both, then that's another question that we'll have to raise and get your, at least your recommendation. Do you put one and two together if you got a house, or do you group them? Say in a room, you got two in a room. You have, I'm thinking out loud. Your level one would be together. Your level two would be together, so on and so forth, just depending on what the room is. And I think that would be much easier to provide operations and support for.
Let me ask you a question. Isn't the VA office in Greenville?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that will definitely be one of the recruitments.
Exactly. So how far is Kenston from Greenville?
Probably 30 minutes, 35-minute drive.
That's not bad. Okay. How far is Goldsboro from Greenville?
45 minutes to an hour.
Okay. So right now I'll probably be looking at more Kinston and Greenville.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So here it is. So you
There's on this second. There's a veteran spot over here too. There's a veteran center over here, medical center.
in Goldsboro.
Yeah. They have one over here too.
So you say medical. What is it? Just medical, or do they have multi-services that's inside the building?
I'm sure that most centers have multi-services.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so we in good shape. It could be either or. So I'll do some researches in those particular because there is funding for vets. Now here's going to be a thing for vets. We will have to meet certain HUD qualifications as far as how that house needs to be set up. There's 3 feet. Beds have to be 3 feet across. You have to have exit signs. We have to put together a map of the facility. You have to have an emergency plan. All that is like a call tree. You have to have an emergency plan. So those particular things that we have to have in place to pass a HUD inspection. And the good thing about it, they wouldn't let me inspect it, but I'm HUD certified to inspect. So I know exactly how we need to do to make it happen. So, but just remember that with veterans, if they're and it depends on the state. It depends on veterans' money can be from $800 to $1,500. It all depends. It varies. So we just have to find out between Greenville and what they're looking to do as far as payment of beds. And then sometime for veterans, you got to look at it like this. If they're going to give you 1,200, anything over 1,000, they're probably going to require you to just have single room occupancy. So that's something else to look at too. Okay. All right. So let's just let me go down this for a second. So section 1, you're talking about increased capacity, right, to provide housing for clients. Number 2, you want to expand your programs and services, right? So these are some of the needs you need to address. Develop and implement mentorship program. If that's something you want to do, you don't have to do none of these, or you can put anything in there that you want. Remember, this is just a template. But we're talking about expanding. So expanding means developing. Developing case management, developing education. So in that, you want to expand the program. What are those things that you want to develop in the program? Remember, you always have to look at it if you're just doing independent living, right, or coming under an independent living facility. You can do social activities. Okay, you can create social activities which will keep you not having to be licensed. Okay. Number 3, create opportunities for clients to be involved in community and improvement projects. These are some of your examples. Notice we're creating now, we're developing now, but we're doing our research to make these possible. Actively seek opportunities for clients to speak publicly about their experiences. Community forum. Find places. Look, Number D says develop micro enterprise business opportunities. I always say, some of the connections, especially we have opportunities within our consulting firm for you guys to actually purchase training programs, be it online, or purchase a training program where we come down and train face to face. So we have all those different type of opportunities. That does not fall under your contract that we have now, or with the monthly retainer. This is something separate because inside our organization, we have individuals that have created programs that that all our owners have access to if they want.
Two-string budget now. Keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, we know, we know. Matter of fact, Les, you still on?
This is numero uno.
Yeah, I know. Les, are you still on? Well, anyway, I wish he was on. He's that young man. You're talking about development. He's off the chain. But anyway, number 4, foster community involvement.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh, this gentleman right here, as far as creating he creates our program. He can create our programs, stuff online. He does training. He brilliant man of God. I'm so fortunate that he allows me to even be around him, right? But let's real quick, tell him a little bit about yourself real quick.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Hey, brothers, how y'all doing this evening?
Good evening, sir.
It's good.
All right. Yeah, so, just a little bit about myself. I'm from the South Jersey area. Been doing work with Mr. Ray for, I don't know, over maybe 6 years now. I actually met him at a, where do we meet? I think it was Camden County. It was a councilman meeting, and one of my programs actually got approved, and I guess that was the time that he said he was impressed with me.